Chapter 14. The Silence. It happened in a single instant. The purge entered Sol. Every drone feed went black. Every comm channel flattened. Every civilian broadcast cut mid-syllable. Every engineering readout froze. Every human voice in Union Hall vanished. For 3 seconds, the entire galaxy stared at their screens, waiting for a flicker, a glitch, a reboot. Then reality settled in. They were gone. A scream rose in one distant thread. Someone else began to wail in another. On a distant moon, a group of children began crying when their favorite human tutor feed cut off mid-lesson. On world after world, node frames dimmed as grief suffocated joy. The galaxy entered mourning. Cities dimmed their lights, temples filled. Whole communities gathered in silence around newly activated nodes, some holding candles, some singing broken songs, some just kneeling in shock. And through all of it, Union Hall endured. Humanity had designed it that way. No central server, no single point of failure, no dependence on Sol schematics distributed everywhere, nodes acting as independent anchors. It lived because they meant it to. For 7 days, the galaxy kept sending messages towards Sol. "We're here. Please respond. President Hawthorne? Morgan Hale? Anyone?" Silence answered every time. Union Hall, normally a living thing of a trillion voices, went still in an instant. No human messages, no orbit feeds from Sol, no background chatter from Earth stations. No jokes, no updates, no complaints from Argus, no Morgan forwarding hull damage reports, just dark icons where human users used to be. Across the galaxy, in thousands of languages, the same quiet realization spread. They're gone. Entire worlds simply stopped what they were doing. On the ocean moon Anavel, workers in pressure suits stood at the edge of their platforms, staring at the silent node glowing dimly beside them. On the ice colonies of Vera, newly evacuated, sorrow still raw, residents bowed their heads as one. Ships powered down their engines, cities dimmed their skylines. A galaxy that had been laughing at tantrum fireworks only weeks ago now let stillness settle like dust. No one issued orders. Grief issued itself. Day 2. Disbelief. Vigils formed, not organized, just gatherings of people who could not bear to be alone. On a desert world, 100 merchants sat shoulder to shoulder in a sand-swept courtyard lit by soft lamplight. On a drifting station near the Galactic Rim, the station master played an old human clip of Hawthorne lifting an alien child onto his shoulders. He looped it quietly, letting it flicker like candlelight. Some species prayed, some meditated, some simply stared into the dark, waiting for something, anything from Sol. Nothing came. Day 3. Stories. Someone in Union Hall posted the first memory. "When humans boarded our ship, they brought snacks. We were firing at them, and they brought snacks." A second memory followed, then a third, then thousands. People remembered the boarding teams with care packages, the chocolate, the station guides handing out drinks, the impossibly calm woman named Morgan who treated warships like misbehaving teenagers, the child on Hawthorne's shoulders, the t-shirts, the laughter, the absurdity, the kindness. One council captain said that humans brought him a delicacy from his home planet, only known by those in that region. His favorite vendor had retired, but the humans found his granddaughter. Known space flooded with stories, small ones, clumsy ones, profound ones. Someone posted a photo of their ship after humans returned it with upgraded thrusters. Caption: "They made us better. We didn't deserve it." Another user shared how a human technician had taught their son how to whistle. Someone else posted a still frame of Earth sky during a council volley, a green torpedo flare curving beautifully against clouds. Caption: "They turned war into weather." Day 4. The singing begins. The first voice began on a mining moon orbiting a brown dwarf. A single worker, sitting on a crate under dim lights, hummed a melody humans once shared. "Oh, say, can you see?" He didn't know the next line. Someone on a water world joined with their own line, long and wavering, carried through water chambers in a haunting chorus. At the twilight's last gleaming. In a dusty frontier colony, a family gathered around a node frame and sang the only words they remembered. And the rocket's red glare. The galaxy did not know the whole anthem. It knew pieces, shards, fragments, taught to them by human friends. So they sang those pieces, and those pieces were enough to break hearts. Day 5, Old Glory. 5 days. That was how long it took before the galaxy could breathe again. And then quietly, beautifully, something changed. Screens across known space, not all at once, but gradually like morning light, flickered from black to a single image, the American flag. Stripes imperfect, stars uneven, colors slightly wrong on some worlds, but unmistakable. No one coordinated this. Dozens of species reconstructed the image from memory, from sketches made during visits to Argus, from human archives, from children's drawings saved on datapads. They called it what humans called it, Old Glory. On the mid-rim world of Yel Sai, a lone scholar of Terran culture sat on a balcony at dusk, datapad in hand. For days he had been studying a single human lyric he never understood. And our flag was still there. Why would a species sing about a flag surviving? What obsession, what stubbornness, what defiant spirit created such a line? Then he looked up. Every screen in the city, on storefronts, towers, hovering above transport lanes, displayed Old Glory rippling softly against black. The scholar froze. His breath broke. His throat closed. He whispered, voice cracking, "Stubborn humans, it's still there." And he began to cry. Not quietly, not politely. He sobbed as if the sky itself had split open. Others around him saw the flag and wept with him. Day 6, grief shared. Entire planets held ceremonies. On a storm world with electric clouds, citizens constructed a giant node-shaped lantern and released it into the sky, where lightning wrapped around it like a protective arm. On a deep space relay station, an engineer projected the human flag across the hull, letting passing ships see it like a beacon. On Keth's flagship, every officer stood at attention for a full minute. No orders, no announcement, just silence. On Vedris, Ina Tor placed a small square of chocolate at the base of her node and whispered something in her native tongue. Her grandchildren mimicked her, leaving tiny, hand-drawn paper flags. Union Hall became a memorial. Thousands of alien languages filled the screen in waves. Thank you, humans. We remember you. We will finish this work. We wish we had listened sooner. The nodes pulsed dimly, echoing the sorrow. Day 7, out of grief too large for words. The final day was softer, heavier, the kind of grief that stops being sharp and becomes an ache that fills every breath. Worlds dim their lights. Ships align themselves towards Sol. Millions whispered goodbyes into silent nodes. Across the galaxy, people gathered around their nodes, touching them, singing, praying, grieving. Not because anyone told them to, because nothing had ever felt this heavy. Across Union Hall, across the corridors of 100,000 stations, across the sands and oceans and ice fields of 1,000 worlds, the same solemn truth settled over all of them. Humanity was gone, and no one knew how to fill that void.